What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, October 11th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all very much. I hope everybody's doing well. It's Friday. I put on some fun glasses and did a little hike to film a horoscope because it's Friday fun day, right? Maybe, I don't know. Definitely a big day in the astrology. Pluto is gonna station direct today, and it's the final time we're gonna see Pluto station direct in the sign of Capricorn in all of our lives. So it's an interesting time. We're not quite done with it yet, but it's on its way out. So it is, this sort of Capricornian, Saturnian stamp of a lot of the transformation that we've made within ourselves. And this comes down to our integrity, the way we show up in the world, our reliability, being mature. And I think it really does represent so much of the soul growth and evolution that really everybody's made, and it's different for everybody. Some people have made like leaps and bounds and really got to the top of the hill, and some people are still climbing the mountain, and everybody's at a different point on their journey. So it's not really important to say where we're at in evolution, but we've all definitely reached, a pinnacle here. And this Pluto coming back online is definitely going to bring a lot more intensity into the landscape of Capricorn. And of course, elections are around the corner. So just, be mindful with your energy about how much of your soul you are going to invest into the Capricorn world that we've known for the last 16 years, because it's not going to be that way for much longer. November 19th, Pluto will leave forever and come into Aquarius. So keep that in mind, but also give yourself a pat on the back for the growth and maturity that you've found. And I think that that's, important on a Friday like this, is even like me being a Capricorn and wearing these funky shades that my friend made for me 4 years ago. It's just like, we got to own who we are right now, and put our most authentic self out there to the world, and just be in integrity, with your soul. And hopefully this is people finding that deep mission, a sense of purpose, but also just, a lot of the hardship that Capricorn can bring. Sometimes it's a struggle. It seems like there's always another hoop we got to jump through. And I'm not saying we're done jumping through hoops by any means, but hopefully we jump through them with a little bit more, grace as we've grown. And I think that's something to keep in mind right now. We're going to see that moon finish up in Capricorn this morning, starting off the day early in the morning with a trine to Uranus, but then it's going to meet and conjunct with that Pluto while Pluto's still stationing and in retrograde. So it's the final time that we're going to see a moon Pluto with a stationed retro, about to station direct Pluto in Capricorn ever in our lives. So it brings an extremely intense emotional aspects into our life, into family matters, into our personal lives, our home life, of course our relationship life, as the sun's going to be in Libra. We just came off a solar eclipse in Libra. That sun's going to come to 19 degrees. It's squaring Mars. Mars is squaring Chiron. That sun's starting to oppose Chiron, the big T square to Mars in its fall position of Cancer right now. And we want to be really tuned in to our emotions and how we're feeling right now, so that we can understand where we still need to grow, but also see how much we have grown. And I think that there's something about being proud of yourself right now, because you deserve it, because you've earned it. And I think for a lot of people, the growth that you've made is going to be really palpable on a day like this. And even if you're still going through it, again, be proud of what you've gotten to, because it's important. And I think that everything we feel today is crucial in identifying ourselves. And as that moon comes off of Pluto at 29 degrees and enters into Aquarius, it's another good opportunity to individuate more into the most authentic, unique, true version of ourselves, and really start integrating into a future that we're going to create. So definitely interesting, going very, very deep into our emotions, but then also by the end of the night, as Pluto does station at about 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 on the East Coast in the United States, that we do want to, in some ways, detach from the old system that we've programmed ourselves, that we've been programmed into, different traditions, different societal norms. We want to kind of go and be a good observer, you know? This is a time to be a good observer for ourselves and not lose ourselves in some intensity. And there's always going to be some intensities, but to not lose ourselves, but to figure out, you know, in a very emotionally intelligent way to integrate and continue to grow and evolve with a lot of the lessons we've learned and with the right people as we're in Libra season. And I think that it's important that Venus is just coming off that yod with Mars and Chiron. I'm sorry, with Jupiter that just stationed retrograde in Chiron. Jupiter in Gemini, Chiron in Aries, both making a quincunx to Venus in Scorpio, is just so much of this like depth of transformation of not only our values and our self-work and like a lot of the deep alchemy that we've done within ourselves to grow, but how to use that and how to invest our energy into things that really do bring better quality of everything, and especially our relationships. And I think that it's so important right now to be looking at relationships as a good barometer of where you're at in life right now. Like, are you in a good relationship? That shows that you've done a lot of work on yourself. Are you in a relationship that's not good? That shows where you might need to do some more work on yourself, or you're in a bad situation that isn't letting your most authentic self move forward into the evolution that it's meant to be at. And that's kind of difficult. And I think that, you know, we can feel like we need certain energy around us to thrive right now. And I think that you just know when energy around you is helping you thrive because you're feeling strong and empowered to be the best version of yourself right now. And if people are not bringing that into your life, then what are they actually taking from you? And are they actually stunting your growth? And it's just something we got to be aware of, and especially with Mercury going to hit 26 degrees of Libra and squaring Pluto. It's important right now to be very black and white about people, places, and things that we have relationships to. And is it a good relationship? Is it balancing out the best qualities of yourself? Is it putting you in a position to succeed, to reach higher, to have as much internal spiritual soul growth as possible? And you know, it's interesting too, because a lot of times the relationships in our life are what triggers some of the most individual growth, whether it's a bad relationship that ends and all of a sudden we realize we got to do better, or it's by being inspired by people we're around to, you know, be better ourselves too. So definitely an interesting time, deep emotions, deep thoughts, lots of introspection, lots of emotions, but we want to find a way by the evening to detach and not get too embedded into certain stories, especially with Jupiter now in retrograde. Like, let's not get embedded in a lot of the shit stories that we can tell ourselves, that we create for ourselves, or that we let other people create for us, and then we decide, you know, to make that a part of our values, a part of who we are. We want to be individuating from stories that are not of legitimate fact and truth in our day-to-day lives. And the only way to know what that is to be living your life and to be paying attention. And we don't want to get too swept away right now and feel like we can't. You know, that's this Mars square Chiron in Aries right now. Like, I couldn't possibly do that because it would take away some security or some comfort. But you kind of know right now, like, what's actually good for you or not. Even if things are scary, like, we want to be able to really make powerful, strong decisions for ourselves. And to not be afraid, to not be scared, but to really like look at the growth fun, with glasses on and outside and whatever it is that's fun to you. But like, growth is fun, and we just do not want to be afraid of our evolution and our growth, because this is an important time for our collective. Like I said, it's the last time we're going to see this. Pluto ingresses are a big deal. A final Pluto station in a sign is a big deal. It's, you know, 247 years around the zodiac's a long time. So it's been a long time coming since Pluto has been in this space. And of course, it's kind of what triggered a revolutionary war in our history in the United States, you know, really establishing itself as an identity. And I think it's just important too to, really establish our own identities right now, and be an authority for the life you want to live, and to be an authority for growth and balanced relationships. And if you want harmony in life right now, you have to identify what the harmony is in life, and you got to go get it. You got to go into it, and you can't be afraid of what somebody else wants or thinks. You just have to be you. And I think today's a really good lesson just for that, about how you can have such a great day today if you're being unique, being yourself, and you've done work, and you're happy, and you're proud of yourself, and you're ready. It's a great Friday, and I think that you can find a lot of comfort in even uncomfortable moments by realizing you've been through it before, and you'll get through it again. That you just got to kind of be in a powerful place mentally right now, or it can be hard on our mental, on our emotional, on our physical, on the way we take action for things. And of course, I just want everybody watching to empower themselves and live the best life possible. So we've got to be able to get really, really hyper-focused today, and then be able to zoom out and see the big picture, and be a great observer of ourselves and others, to really see what's quality, to really see what's good, to really see what's meant to be, and to not hold ourselves back from where we're meant to go and to evolve, and to not hold ourselves back from our individual truths and what's a necessity for us, but to empower ourselves to go through things and to experience. And even just taking intense emotion today and then turning it into something beautiful is something that I would give every one of you a hug for, if you have to do that, because it can be challenging right now. So wishing you all the best, and I hope you have a great day. And it's a pleasure to be here with you and to talk about a day that is it's a special one, So hope you guys feel special and empowered today. See what the card is. The Eight of Swords upright. Man, very fitting card. This card just always reminds me of how we mentally trap ourselves, and how we almost want to stay stuck, like we're just a little bit too scared, or we have some story playing that we can't. Because every time I look at this card, I feel like a little wiggle would probably get you out of a bind. It's just the willingness to get out of a situation in your head, to turn things around, to look at things from another angle. And I think to really find the maturity to do that. It's an 8, it reminds me of Saturn, but that's also an infinity sign on its side with that 8. And I just feel like this is such a karmic time in our lives, to where if we are stuck and we have, kept ourselves stuck in anything right now, it is such an important time to break out for something better for ourselves. And it could even just be the littlest shift of our mind, because we're dropping a story and following what's actually real, and being more objective, I think is such a key right now. So yeah, wishing everybody the best, and don't stay stuck in your mind in stories right now. There's too much growth that has happened up until now, and there's so much growth that's happening right now. We got to have a very positive mind and a very strong mind, so that we can penetrate into further growth and evolution, and really define and have the authority for what we're defining as individuals, and how that is so important for our connections, our relationships, our tribes, our families. So I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful day. And on the bottom of the deck, I just noticed, was the 10 of Cups. And I think a lot of people in the world are going to be feeling that 10 of Cups energy. That just really good, emotionally satisfied, feeling full. Even if, look, we'll never have everything. I feel like no matter what, you could have everything in the world and we could still not have everything in the world, right? It's not possible. But it's not about that. It's about feeling like we have everything. Because up until this point, we do. We have everything we need now to define the structure of our life that's going to give us the most quality, emotion, feeling, physical, monetary. Just gotta, it's the back of the card. Change the mindset. Stop playing into an old game that keeps you trapped and stuck. Appreciate you all. See you for the weekend forecast tomorrow. Much love. Peace.